very important event today. We would like to welcome Pak Karo Pemoda, Ibu Carla. Sorry, can you hear my voice? Hello? Okay, good afternoon to everybody who are attend this very important occasion today. We would like to discuss several issues that related to our collaboration between West Java government and City of Glasgow College. Together with us, Pak Kepala Biro Pemodda, who will be welcome us for this very important discussion today. And we also would like to welcome to Bu Carla get in, who always be together with us in developing all the initial program between West Java government and leading in the education program between City of Glasgow College and West Java government, especially with the Bureau Pemodda as well as with Education and Authority in West Java. And we also would like to welcome Pak Rajit Sangkaranarayanan. So sorry if my spelling is not so good, but at least I try to speak on behalf of your name. Okay, thank you so much. And we would like also to welcome to everybody who are attend this very important discussion initiated by the Bureau Pemodda, and we discuss our discussion today will be a starting point for our very important cooperation between CGC, City of Glasgow College, and West Java government. And as also we welcome to Pak Abbas Gayor, who also attend this very important meeting today. Okay, we just go on that this occasion is the follow-up of the very important event in Glasgow College, because at that time His Excellency Governor of West Java, and accompanied by Pak Karo Karo Pemodda, and the director of City of Glasgow College, signed the MOUs already for the future collaboration between West Java government and City of Glasgow College in developing competencies of West Java students not only students, but future collaboration on maritime for the Rebana triangles in West Java. And before we go on into the most important discussion today, we would like to give you an announcement that everybody who are trying to raise a hand and asking question for the first time, then the government of West Java will giving you a gift. And this gift will also make you happy, hopefully. And this will be given by Pak Karo Pemodda, ya, Pak. So, in order to make more important and fruitful occasion today, we would like to invite Pak Karo Pemodda to giving speech on behalf of government of West Java. So, Pak Karo, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to everyone. I'm so very happy. I'm very happy to see you all Bandung, Indonesia, and also in Glasgow. Thank you, Pak Budi Hermawan. And also, I already make small notes. I don't want to misspell. Mr. Narayanan, is that correct? Thank you. And then Mr. Abbas, and then Mrs. Getin, Carla, correct? Couple weeks ago, actually, Mr. Governor should have come to Glasgow with Mr. Budi Hermawan. However, at the time, because of there was a new regulation on COVID-19 in Indonesia and also in United Kingdom, then at the very last moment, he was canceled to see the very beautiful place of Glasgow. And also, however, at the time, because our governor, he works really hard to do things, to prepare things for the people of West Java, about 49 million people of West Java at the time. He had a very, very tight program, and unfortunately, as Carla, you sometimes mentioned that Glasgow is very beautiful. Pak Abbas as well, Mr. Abbas as well. At the time we only have 30 minutes to enjoy Glasgow. 30 minutes, and then we left to Dubai. But I think we were having a very special moment during that visit. The first 3 hours, we signed the very important and historic MOU between the government of West Java and CGC. And during that very moment, we also reported to central government that West Java province intend to have a cooperation, which is now already materialized between 2 parties. And as already mentioned by our governor several weeks ago, that in West Java there will be developed several areas, 13 new towns, which includes the maritime and coastal new town, which is called Patimban. And we know the base of that new town is the resources of coastal itself. And Mr. Governor at that time, during that time, informed and told the team of West Java that CGC is the best partner to cooperate with in terms of the sector, maritime sector. And he convinced, he met with several officials from the central government and even reported to Mr. President, Mr. Jokowi, that we are about to start the cooperation with the CGC. And one other thing, there are here our fellow to with the the face of which is to me very familiar from subcontinent Asia. I'm really proud of you guys, really proud. Everywhere we go, I went to Germany, I went to USA, I went to UK, I went to Dubai. I see subcontinent people, and they are really proud. They are really proud to show themselves, with the capability. That is the thing that the Indonesian would like to learn from the Indian, Pakistani, and Bangladeshi and Sri Lankan people. We'd like to learn how to develop ourselves, and also we'd like to learn how to be professional as what the UK people, the Great Britain people, to work on the maritime sector. That is why today's meeting is very important for us. And also, this is one important thing. This is the only event from the whole central government of Indonesia, starting from central government, provincial government, city government, the only event where the government official speak English. Other, we speak Bahasa. And today, the Indonesian government we shall speak English. So that is why I do believe it would improve our cooperation in the future for the betterness for both sides. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Pak, for your very fruitful speech for this opening session of our discussion. And we hope that the intention of West Java will have some very good response from our colleagues in City of Glasgow College. And whatever that you have mentioned in your speech, we hope that will be follow up with a very fruitful program and fruitful activities between the West Java government and City of Glasgow College, because this happens in a very important event. What is it? The COP26 event that this is very rare. Have done this kind of collaboration in that in that event like that. And then another remarks, we would like to invite the Bu Carla Kardin, the director of the program, for giving us some another inspiring speech for our future collaboration. And the floor is yours. Bu.
Thank you, Pa Budi, and thank you, Pa Bero. It's a pleasure to be here today. So Selamat Sore, good morning from Glasgow. We're delighted to have the opportunity to participate in this reliable actual discussion and to discuss our cooperation between the West Java Government and City of Glasgow College to support the capacity building efforts for maritime vocational schools. And we're very excited to hear about the developments of your new cities, including your new coastal town in Patimban. I hope that the presentation that myself, Abbas and Ranjith will present to you will provide some further information for those on the call about our partnership, but also a wee bit about City of Glasgow College, so you are more familiar with City of Glasgow College and what we offer and what we do and how we can support your capacity building efforts in the maritime sector. So thank you, Terima kasih, for the opportunity to be here. I think perhaps if we could progress with the presentation, as we have about 15 minutes, if that would be okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know, Ranjith, if that can be a little larger, can it? Let me just see. Is that okay? Can everybody see the present? There we are, that's better. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So if you could move on to the next slide. Thank you, Ranjith. So as you have already heard, I'm joined today by two of my colleagues, Ranjith, the Project Manager for International Projects, and Abbas, the Associate Dean in Nautical and STEM. Next slide. Now, today we are going to provide you with some background information to City of Glasgow College and our key milestones in our relationship with the West Java Government. We have prepared a work plan, and I'd like to provide an overview of that work plan around our collaboration objectives, outcomes, and timeline. Ranjith will present some information around 6-week capacity building programme that has been developed and designed with feedback from the government and SNCA schools. And Abbas has gathered information from 7 SNCA schools across West Java, and he will look at that feedback and provide some observations, and then there will be an opportunity for some questions at the end of the presentation. Thanks. The City of Glasgow College is Scotland's largest technical and professional skills college. We are the largest in Scotland, the third largest in the United Kingdom and one of the largest in Europe, with a capacity for 40,000 students. We deliver over 400 advanced certificate and diploma programmes, with the majority of our provision delivered at higher education levels. So that's at university level, and we deliver degrees with our university partners. Each year, 16,500 students graduate with nationally recognised qualifications. Now, in 2019, we celebrated 50 years, 50 years, delivering maritime education on the banks of the River Clyde in Glasgow. So we do believe we are in a very strong position to support West Java in their ambitions to build capacity in the maritime sector, and indeed the ambitions for a maritime city in Patingvan Port. Thanks, Rob. Next slide. We have 4 faculties, one of our larger faculties in nautical and STEM, hospitality and leisure, education and humanities, and creative industries. Now, our provision is very much aligned around key industry sectors. So our maritime programmes are built and designed with businesses and industry in mind, and they have been informed not just by local and national industry sectors, but also, for example, our experience in working throughout Indonesia, West Java in particular, and looking at the capacity building requirements of the maritime sector across the West Java province. We deliver over 2,000 courses, and over 100,000 graduates have acquired recognised qualifications from the college since merge, and with over 97% of our graduates moving into either employment or higher education. Next slide, thanks, Ranji. We are accredited to deliver qualifications across 19 chartered and professional bodies. Now, this does include the Maritime Coast Guard Agency and the Royal Yacht Association. So these professional qualifications are recognised and endorsed by industries the world over. And it does ensure that our staff have the competence to deliver in their professional field, but it also ensures that students are equipped with the professional skills for their chosen profession. Thanks, Randy. So City of Glasgow College is one of the largest engaged in international activity. We work with over 104 international partners across 28 countries. So we do have a global reach, and we attract one of the largest international student bodies in Scottish further education. 4,000 learners from around 130 countries worldwide. So we are one of the few colleges in Scotland who hold a licence through our UK visa and immigration to attract international students to Scotland and to Glasgow. We're demand-led, we've got a range of partnership models, and made sure we work to meet the needs of our partner organisations, as is very much reflected, as you will see in the presentation, with our partnership with West Java Government. So over the last 3 years, we've expanded throughout Asia, China and Southeast Asia, and you can see from the map, in particular throughout Indonesia. So we have a total of 14 partnership agreements across Indonesia, and it does demonstrate our experience and our understanding of international curricula in Indonesia, supporting not only curriculum development, but also capacity building projects. Thanks, Ranji. So you will see from the timeline, this highlights our key milestones and has already been identified by Pa Budi and Pa Bairo that we hosted the Governor of West Java, Ridwan Kamil, to Glasgow in 2019. And you can see at the left-hand side of the screen, Ridwan Kamil and our Principal and Chief Executive, Paul Little. Now, during the visit, the Governor had an opportunity to visit our maritime campus and tour our maritime facilities. He was impressed with the facilities and resources that he saw, and he identified an opportunity for our 2 countries to work together to benefit from our experience in designing and developing a maritime campus, along with the equipment, resources, and the curriculum we deliver to build maritime capacity. So we're in a strong position to support you with the development of a maritime campus in Cantillon. Now, in 2019, myself and a colleague in the nautical faculty visited West Java. Now, meetings took place with SMK Mundu, and you can see we have the Cirebon mask proudly presented there on the slide, which has a very special place in our city campus. Now, we visited Jakarta and we visited Bandung, so I have had an opportunity, Vero, to visit your country more than you have had an opportunity to visit ours, and it's very beautiful. I'm looking forward to returning. Now, we were hosted by Jay Singh, the chairman of the Bumi Laut Group, along with the Scottish Trade Envoy to Scotland, Ainsley Mann. We met with representatives in Bandung and Jakarta from the Coast Guard Agency, the Ministry of Transport, the National Transportation Safety Committee, representatives from the Centre for Security and Foreign Affairs Studies, along with many ship owners, ship operators, and ship agents. Now, this gives the team at City of Glasgow College a strong insight into the need for a fit for purpose maritime curriculum and capacity building requirements to build the existing human resources across West Java and the teaching staff to ensure a pool of skilled graduates for the maritime sector. We signed a letter of intent remotely in Indonesia in 2020, and in November 2021, we were delighted to host Biro along with Ridwan Kamil to Glasgow during COP26. And you can see on the slide there the signing of the ceremony. And Pat Goody, sadly, you couldn't join us, but you joined us remotely for that signing. In December 2021, we completed our first English language training programme online. And this is to build the English language maritime along with maritime English language. 22 participants took part from teachers from SMK schools across West Java, along with some administrative staff. The training is just finished. We've just concluded and we're gathering feedback and evaluating the effectiveness of that training. So moving on now to the 4 key objectives that have been identified, and these have been highlighted in the understanding. Now, a work plan has been drafted. It's been drafted in collaboration with the West Java government. And these 4 objectives, the next few slides are an extract from that work plan. This highlights the high-level objectives for our partnership, the project outcomes, and the timeline. Now, objective 1 has been identified to meet the ambition to develop a maritime vocational school in West Java. A project outcome is to develop an industry-relevant curriculum embedding maritime technologies. And to support this outcome, we have developed a 6-week capacity building programme for teachers. And this has been designed around the identification of the upskilling requirements of SMK teachers. The current plan is for this to take place at City of Glasgow College, travel permitting. And you will see further detail of this programme later in the presentation from Randy. Now, in building this new maritime curriculum, the plan is to utilise the current Indonesian 3+1 model. Now, this offers greater flexibility to develop a bespoke maritime curriculum that builds upon the existing core Indonesian curriculum in maritime. So moving on to objective 2 in the next slide. Now, this focuses on capacity building in maritime technologies in accordance with the International Maritime Organization standards to upskill teachers and to build competence of graduates in their knowledge, their understanding and use of technology in the maritime sector. Now, technology in every aspect of the maritime industry is developing dramatically. So a key focus of this objective in the project outcome is to build skills in the use of smart ship technologies. So we will be looking to embed skills development in big data analysis, smart propulsion systems, integrated control systems, and smart defence technology, for example. Objective 3 is all around improving the English language proficiency of teachers aligned with the International Maritime Organization standards. We've already completed our first online programme to build competence for professional maritime roles. The online course has taken place, and we do have a further 2-week maritime English language programme planned in the 6-week capacity building programme to City of Glasgow College, and it will embed International Maritime Organisation standards. Now, moving on to the final objective, objective 4, and this is based around the development of student competency tests in the maritime field. Now, traditional seafarer training has always placed heavy emphasis on practical skills acquisition. Tasks are taught with a combination of classroom, on-the-job and hands-on training. We deliver in this model at City of Glasgow College, but we also use advanced simulation training to promote required practical skills. And this helps students put the theories they've learned in the traditional classroom into practice. Now, this advanced simulation training has reduced the length of time that training would normally have taken place on board a ship. So it means cadets have developed those critical skills necessary to be effective and productive when they board the ship. But this does require an adjustment to measuring student competency and skills in terms of assessment. So at City of Glasgow College, skills assessment typically involves a trained assessor to observe and then assess, and a practical demonstration of the skills in a simulated environment. So as part of this objective, City of Glasgow will teach capacity in the development and the assessment of competency-based tests with wider stakeholder engagement from the Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries of the Republic of Indonesia. And our last outcome here is forming a working group, which has been formed through READI to monitor and measure the performance of the educational collaboration between City of Glasgow College and the West Java Provincial Government, and the value that this relationship brings to West Java stakeholders. So I hope that gives you a feel for the development so far in our relationship and partnership with the West Java Government, what we hope to achieve throughout this next 3 years and those outcomes. So what I'd like to do now is pass on to my colleague Ranjith, and Ranjith will show you the 6-week programme that we have planned to develop. So thank you, Terima kasih, and I'll now pass on to Ranjith.
Thank you so much, Bu Carla, for the very comprehensive presentation to our future cooperation on the maritime field. And we hope that whatever we and wherever we try to do our cooperation, will have a very fruitful impact to our program, especially in West Java, and very special to the intention of the governor in developing Rebana triangles in the north part of West Java. And before we go on, we have several issues that need to be highlight more. First of all is we hope that we know about the international certificate for the teachers. If we send them to City of Glasgow College, would be they got this very important certificate to improve the performance of our vocational schools in West Java. This is the one of the important issue. And then how can we get it? Whether or not we will get from the teachers when they are going to City of Glasgow College to get the training from your side is the first question. And the other one is there any latest technology in maritime would be introduced to our teachers and students for the future. Maybe Mr. Rajit also will explain more about it, as well as Pak Gayor Abbas. We also have an opportunity to give some more information. We award you with 25 minutes presentation, both of you. Okay, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Pak Budi. Can I have the next slide, please? Thank you once again. So at City of Glasgow College, we have experience of hosting teacher training programs, teacher exchange programs over the past 10 years. This program, which was actually devised or designed by our colleagues, is based on the feedback which we received from West Java government. So this has been divided. This 6 weeks program is divided into 3 parts. The first part is to focus on maritime English. So the course is based on IMO maritime English. And the second part, that's week 3 and week 4, is designed to look to take into consideration the elementary or the basic trainings, which will be useful for you to progress towards the third part of this 6 weeks training program, and that's on the proficiency part. In week 1, what we have done is also we would like to apply for the ENG1 certificate, which is the medical fitness certificate, and which all colleagues who is joining this course would require as a it's one of the prerequisites for you to do these courses. So we will apply for that as well while you are here in week 1, and it will be ready for week 2 for you to progress to week 3 and week 4. So yeah, that's it from me. I will keep it short, and I will move on to the next slide with Abbas. Thank you, Abbas. You're on mute, Abbas.
Good morning and assalamu alaikum to everyone. I'll try to be as eloquent as my colleagues Carla have been, and Ranjit. Ranjit, you had 5 minutes, but I think you pushed your 3 minutes my way. So thank you very much for the opportunity. If you can go to the next slide. And so what I'm going to talk about over the next 3 slides is feedback stroke observations, and in my mind, more kind of food for thought for everybody here, especially my colleagues in West Java Province government. The information that feedback and food for thought and observation is based on the information that we received from 7 of the participating SMCAs. And I was just curious to see where each city lies. And this is what Google tells us. It's an expense of over 3,000 kilometers round trip. And someone who likes road trips, I think this is a road trip I will want to do. So this is just to give you what this information, feedback, food for thought, where is it coming from, so that you know what the context is. So if we can move on to the next slide. So this is the distilled version of the information that we received. And I think I must thank all the colleagues who inserted information into that very expansive kind of spreadsheet. And I will try and do as much justice as I can possibly do. So if we look at the 7 joining SMCAs, definitely one of the strengths we see is it's real estate. So you have got a lot of real estate. That is definitely, in today's day and age, when real estate really is something prime and to go for, you have a lot of strength in there. Not only strength, but you have a depth in it, which also is reflected in the classrooms but I will talk about the classroom and it's how that observation fits in the following slide. On the maximum capacity side, this is more like a query or a question in my own head as well, because Ranjit, can we go back to, yeah, the one slide before this one? Yeah, we are staying on this slide just now. So what, if we are talking about vocational education and our experience, and globally vocational education is all about imparting competency skills, which is more with the hands-on approach. Now, certainly in our case, and I'm not suggesting that is the case with you as well, but definitely a question is being tabled right now. 36 students in a classroom, is it probably too big to impart vocational education? Just like I said, this is a question, but these numbers could be, I could have misread them at my end. So maximum capacity of the classroom is 36. That gives me the impression that your standard class size is 36. It could be less, it could be more, but this is what my observation is on. One of the other key things that I really noticed from those wonderful feedback and information that we received is it was observable that the unification of the vision across all the 7 participating schools was needed. So all the 7 participating schools had very ambitious vision and mission and the values they were following, but none of the 7 participating SMCA's vision was using the same language. And not necessarily it's required. What it does is unification of vision in our experience gives a common language that everybody speaks and gets everybody really around a singular project, especially given the fact that West Java province government and the governor of the West Java province government is really backing the whole project up. So therefore, unification of the vision across all the participating schools, I think it is going to produce a lot of efficiency and cut down a lot of losses. The other observation on this table I thought is probably an inquisitive inquiry is probably disproportionate bifurcation between the staff rooms and the management stroke leadership rooms. Now, this is just based on numbers. Again, I'm putting the disclaimer up, but it seems as if the staff rooms are on the lower side proportionately. The leadership and management space within those campuses is on the higher side of things. The observation that I draw from this is, yes, we know it's a maritime industry, and maritime industry, especially commercial shipping on board the ship, it's very much command and control structure. I'm not sure what the structure of operating fishing vessel is, but that could equally be true. Is it giving you dividends in terms of efficiency in promoting your vision, mission, and achieving those targets? I'm not sure, but to my eyes, it looks as your staff allocation of real estate proportion is on the lower end than the management side. So you're management heavy. That's what the observation is. The very last point on this one is recreation. So learning and teaching is not all about chalk and talk or in the classrooms or in the practical environment, but we also need to enable our learners to be flourished in particular teams or areas or competency skill sets. And recreation is a major part of it, especially nowadays when during last nearly 2 years, COVID-19 has thrown everybody's mental health is really is being challenged to extremes. The recreation and the opportunities to went out and socially interact is really important. And I think this is where another feedback would be that the project focuses as well in terms of realigning and reallocating the real estate as to where it is being utilized. Ranjit, thank you. If we can go to the next slide, please. Now, my apologies for in line number 5, a lot of acronyms have been used, and those acronyms have been picked up from, not from your information, but I could not put all the portfolios as they were described. So for example, NFV stands for nautical fishing vessel. This is the information that we received from yourself. So I've just tried to summarize them, and it looks nicer on the slide as well. Now in the portfolio side, what stands out really is your depth and strength, and of course, your focus, future direction of travel is fishing industry. That is absolutely clear. So if I were to pick out few areas in terms of curriculum delivery, and those curriculum areas of delivery and your future travel direction is definitely the nautical fishing vessel, computer and network engineering, definitely, and fishing vessel engineering. So these are your main bread and butter, if you like. However, having said that, you also have the support side of this industry as well as the commercial shipping as well. And I was pleased to read into the MOU and letter of intent that commercial shipping is also features there. But it's not only about the shipping side of the things, it's you have culinary, you have fashion.
Sir, so sorry, you have 1 minute left, sir. Sorry for saying that.
Okay, no problem. So on here, definitely one recommendation I would make here, not recommendation, it's a as a feedback observation, is out of 7 campuses that we have scanned the data from, you will need to dedicate specialisms in each of the campuses to reap the benefits of efficiency. Thank you very much for reminding me for 1 minute. I think I'm going to jump into the next and final slide. I've got a few things to talk about and then hand over last 30 seconds to Carla because she has very important things to talk about. Strengthen the coordination of body because there are so many partners involved here, so many colleagues involved here. I think strengthening the coordination body is absolutely important. Trickle down the grassroots levels, vision, ongoing activities. I think if we need to rally the people around the vision and to reap its benefits, the information really needs to be trickled down and they need to be involved. But most importantly, let's sharpen the focus on the learner itself, because if we were to eradicate the unemployment, is those people who are in the center of this thing. I'm conscious of the time. I'm going to skip the next 3 and leave it with Carla. And apologies if I have overshot my time. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for all of you who really giving us a very fruitful information about the City of Glasgow College, and also for the future collaboration between West Java government and City of Glasgow College. I know that this will invite a lot of curiosity of the participants. So that's why then I would like to invite some participants to raise a hand and asking a questions, please. Yes, okay, Pak Ikhwan from SMK Mundu. You can directly ask the question, Pak.
All right.
Yeah, please.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Sorry, I'm Ikhwan from SMK Mundu, SMK 1 Mundu, vocational school, especially for maritime. Actually, I'm the new one. Yeah, replace the former principal before, and
Sorry,
I really,
Pak Iwan is the new principal of SMK Mundu, yeah.
yes, right.
Thank you.
2 weeks, only 2 weeks. Okay. I would like to ask one question. Maybe you can tell us about the latest research or development about the technology that's performed by Glasgow College. And also, I hope I really totally will support this partnership, and I will ask the government, the West Java government, also to support us to be vocational school that have the standard, this new the same standard with the college in the Glasgow. That's it. Thank you. Can you catch it?
Thank you so much, Pak Iwan. Maybe
Yes.
Bu Carla, Pak Ranjit, and Pak Gayo Pak Abbas can respond to that questions, because this really important for our future cooperation between West Java government and City of Glasgow College. So please.
Abbas, are you in a position to answer that question? And just before Abbas does, I mean, City of Glasgow College did host a maritime hub at COP26, and a great deal of that was around showcasing green technology and innovation and capabilities. It was unfortunate the team couldn't stay to be part of that hub, but I don't know, Abbas, if you can perhaps offer some further information around technologies within our current curriculum.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you very much for that insightful question. In terms of technology, that's what I picked up. Technology is definitely at the forefront of how we deliver this thing and how the training and education is definitely received. And that is only reflected with the tune and the magnitude of investment that City of Glasgow College keep investing into our resources. So for example, we have a range and a suite of full mission simulators, both on deck side and engine side. We actually have a mid-side container vessel's engine room taken out from the ship, not from the ship, but all integrated into our real estate. We have electronic navigation labs. We have high voltage lab. We have the working engine that can be taken apart, which is part of our curriculum and our practical. What stands City of Glasgow College apart from rest of our colleagues in the UK in terms of training and education? And you would say I'm supposed to say this thing, but I was trained in a different college in the UK before I joined here as a staff member, is definitely how much focus we have on delivering hands-on through use of technology. So we've started talking about the futuristic cloud solution for simulator, for example. We have started talking about the VR. We actually not have started talking about, we have engaged in an advanced level of conversation with the service providers. So all of these technology solutions, especially if we are talking about vocational education, which requires in a high risk environment such as fishing industry and commercial shipping, you need to have competencies with the workforce. And that can only be delivered not through your conventional way of teaching. Technology is really at the forefront. I'm sorry if I have not been able to answer your question, or I apologize for that.
Juan?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we have our teachers also planning to go to Glasgow, and teachers plan to go to Glasgow, and we hope they can adapt what you are developed about the technology. We hope, and they will learn and will get much. Yes.
Maybe we have to consider not only the teachers, but as well as the
yes,
kind of proctoring in in Glasgow for perhaps.
Yes.
We
Okay.
will discuss more for the next step of the program. Yeah.
Yeah, we will prepare. We'll prepare about that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
Thank
Pak
you.
Abbas and Bu Carla, as well as Pak San Ranayan. If any other questions, so Bu Gias, I think Pak Ikhwan deserve to get a gift from us.
Thank you.
First person who raised questions. Then another question, please. Okay, Bu Tasha.
Yes, Bapak, can I ask some question? The question is there any potential for an internship at CGC for West Java students?
Okay, you can just answer the questions, please.
So sorry.
Tasha, so sorry if you can mention where are you from, whether or not you are from West Java government or from SMK or students, please.
I just graduated from university.
Do you, Miss Carla, Pak Abbas or Pak Sakranayan, do you need?
Yeah, I think we kind of got the question. So the question was around internship at Glasgow, if I'm right. Yeah.
Yes, it was about it. Recording in progress.
Is this around maritime, or is it definitely around maritime and nautical studies? Abbas, do we have any internship around that area? I'm sure that there are other areas that we do have international internship programs, which we do arrange, especially from students from Hong Kong. We did have the discussions around it, but not sure about the maritime yet.
I think it can be arranged. It's I was just checking if I was on mute. I think it can be arranged. We have an experience in terms of City of Glasgow College being able to provide those opportunities. Yes, definitely we can.
Yeah. Thank you for answering the questions. I think this is very important because perhaps our governor has an intention to develop any kind of similar academy like in Glasgow. Then if we have this kind of internship, then the program will be a kind of a partnership implementation of the curriculum on the maritime field. Yeah. Okay. We also then I invite one more questions to whomever would like to ask a questions, please. Bu Emma. Okay, please.
Thank you, Pak Budi. My name is Emma Palios. I'm from the British Embassy in Jakarta. So it's great to see this partnership continue to deliver on the ground, particularly virtually. So it's a very hard task, but it's great to see that it's continuing. I guess it touches upon something that Carla mentioned before with coming out of COP26. We know that the maritime industry faces quite a big challenge in being sustainable. So my question was around how will that be integrated into the courses for the teachers and the students to enable us to tackle the big climate change issues that we're facing today? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Bu Emma. I think you are from British Embassy, yeah? Okay, please.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you, Emma. And it is something, as you've highlighted, that is a challenge certainly for the maritime sector. And to that end, we are investing at City of Glasgow College in a Riverside Innovation Centre. And the key purpose of that is to look at the vision for the future. So it's going to be an ambitious investment in high value STEM sectors. will integrate the latest technological approaches to curriculum delivery and workforce development. Now, these are currently being developed in faculty and will be rolled out, and we are seeking investment for this innovation centre. Not being a maritime specialist, I can't go into the detail, but certainly I know from an investment point of view, we recognise that this is a key area of development worldwide. We are investing substantially within it. We have plans in place, and certainly I can send you the link after this meeting so that you can see in a wee bit more detail the plans that we have in place to support this area in sustainable shipping, and particularly technological sort of element around that. I don't know, Abbas, you will be more experienced and, and technically competent in it and answering this question.
I'm just looking at the magnitude of the question and its intensity, and I'm looking at my knowledge, and I'm finding myself very tiny in front of. This is the question everybody is grappling with. To be very short, Emma, it's a very interesting question. And in fact, in our International Maritime Hub, the last conference that faculty arranged is exactly to tackle this question. In short, there are two answers to this question. There's a private initiative like Elon Musk, and then you have governmental level decisions. Your question was, how do you embed all of these initiatives into training delivery? Now, if you look at the international government level, IMO level, the pace of work and the curriculum change is very slow. To give you an example, it takes on average 15 years to implement something that is changed now. If you were to change something now in its training code, it's going to take on average 15 years to actually trickle down to students, the learner. And therefore, there is an increased level of participation from private sector. So the examples are your LNG bunkering ports or various different hybrid technologies and the inclusion of the battery technology on board the ship. The industry doesn't have an answer, but certainly the shipping industry is seen to be one of the biggest polluters. It pollutes the environment more than all the global cars put together. And I shouldn't be saying this thing, but it's a fact. And therefore, the responsibility and the weight of the responsibility is felt. And therefore, industry in general, what the changes happen is stop relying on regulatory changes coming from STCW, IMO. They have not severed their links with the IMO, but they are doing on their own in their private initiative. I know it doesn't answer the question and nobody has the answer, but people are trying.
Can I just add on to that, Abbas, if that helps as well? Say 5 years ago, Emma, our educational framework just went through a change, and we aligned that across Industry 4.0, which is our teaching and learning framework is called City Learning 4.0. Now we are already in discussion about City Learning 5.0 and devising and developing that. In one way, by doing that, what you will try to do is align your curriculum or the framework across to the industry standards, which is happening across in current affairs or whatever happening around us. Now, if 5.0 is looking into sustainability, green solutions, etc., that will be definitely aligned to our frameworks as well. And that will integrate into our teaching and learning methodology and all those approaches which is taken in the classroom. Yes, of course, we have the investment, but it's not about having the technology and the investment there. It's about how you use that across and what is the benefit and the value you create through that. And I think integration of that is very important. And it should come through the framework rather than just the investment only to see where we are leading the future. So I just want to add to what Carla and Abbas mentioned there.
Thank you for asking the question and answering questions. I think we have a very good solution for today, because we can then work hand in hand together in developing this field of education, and then we hope that we can go on with the similar step of changing in this field of education. I think this is very good intention of our cooperation. But maybe before we ending this session, I'd like to invite some person from our sub-educational authority in West Java, because we have several numbers of West Java Hub for education in several district and municipality. So if we can invite someone from Cabang Dinas, please, if you can ask the questions, please. Or maybe from Pemodda, if there is some more information. Bu Gias, Pak Adi, if you have some more information, some more questions, please.
Okay, so wait. So okay.
Bu Carla, Pak Abbas, and Pak Rajit, we need some more curiosity from our central government side. I mean, from the West Java government, beside from our sector from education. Okay, Bu Gias, please.
Okay, so there is one question from me actually. It is about the next possibilities of our office cooperation. I know it is still like an early stage of it, but then like I want to ask about is there any like opportunities of like the future of like our West Java students to have an opportunity to not only get job within West Java or like Indonesia, but it is also like acknowledged by the UK job seekers as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bu Gias, and please, Bu Carla, Pak Rajit, and Pak Abbas, if you have the most fruitful answer for the questions, please. This is the first lady who asked a questions. Yeah.
Thank you, Bu Gias. I'm delighted that you're the first lady to ask the question. Certainly, in terms of opportunities are open for cadets who are graduating in Indonesia. And certainly, I think there's a deficiency right across the world in the supply of competent seafarers. I think there is always demand. And part of the role that City of Glasgow College has in this partnership is to develop the competency of the teachers throughout Java initially and wider, so that those skills and knowledge can be passed on to students. Now, one of the questions Pabudi asked was in connection with the certification. And the programme that will be delivered at City of Glasgow College will have Marine Coast Guard Agency certification that meets the STCW requirements. So essentially what we are looking to do is to build that capacity so it makes education and training and those graduates from Indonesia have the skills and the transferable skills that would allow them to work throughout the world and not just in the United Kingdom or Scotland. And I don't know if any of my colleagues have anything to add to that.
Okay, Bu Gias.
That's really a great explanation. Thank you so much, Carla, for answering my questions. Hopefully our like students from West Java, not only West Java can not only like stay in Indonesia or like West Java, but then like also can go abroad for a better future, of course. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Bu Gias. Thank you to everybody who having a very important and fruitful question for this meeting, and we hope that this collaboration will be developed in the really great direction for our future cooperation. And maybe we just want to say to everybody that we have started this collaboration with trying to improve our teachers' English competencies in maritime. And we do understood that we do understand that they really got a very good mark from what they have done in effort of them, and we hope this will be great opportunity started for our program in the next year 2022. And before we ending this session, we would like to ask your public concluding remarks for this very important session. Please start it maybe from Bu Carla, Pak Abbas, and Pak Rajit, please.
Thank you, Pak Budi. Thank you, because it's a great opportunity for the staff at City of Glasgow College to be engaging in such a partnership. We recognise that the skills that our team have, equally we recognise the value of the skills that your team has, and it's really important that we take the knowledge that you have and embed that in our curriculum too. So it's really, really important, this partnership. It's important that we have an opportunity to share with you on a platform like today. Pat Budi, we have met on many occasions now, but it's great to have the opportunity to share more widely our activity and what we hope to achieve. So we are delighted with the partnership. We are glad that we were able to sign a Memorandum of Understanding, a very important milestone in taking our partnership forward for the next 3 years. What I will be more hopeful to do is to meet you face to face, hopefully sometime soon.
I hope so.
I am missing Indonesia very much.
I trust our finger.
Indeed. Thank you, Pak Budi.
Okay, Pak Rajit, do you have something to say, please?
Thank you, Pak Budi. It was a very interesting discussion there, and my role in here is to make sure that the whole project goes very smoothly. And I'm also looking forward to host your colleagues from Indonesia for 6 weeks in Glasgow. And yeah, that's my role here, and I will make sure that it goes smoothly and bring more value to the project and for the colleagues as well. We also received some feedback from your English teacher, our English teacher as well, and she was very impressed with some of the hard work put in by the colleagues who is actually undertook the online English learning. So definitely we are looking forward to host you here and make sure to take you around Glasgow and show some of our facilities and our country as well, if possible. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Then your turn, Pak Abbas.
It's always a pleasure being in these meetings. This is my 4th one, and I always enjoy it. I enjoy the livelihood, and I enjoy the frankness of the conversation. I wish this partnership grows stronger and stronger. It's in capable hands of yourself and Carla, and the team is very much dedicated here. And I'm really excited to be part of this team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bu Carla, Pak Rajit, and Pak Abbas. This is very, very fruitful meeting and very important for the future of our collaboration. I really mean it, and I'm really believe that this will be great for the future of West Java, and we hope that all kind of cooperation, even in the small things of cooperation, this will have a great kind of relationship between the West Java government and City of Glasgow College and Scotland for the whole. And before we ending the session, we would like to ask you to maybe Bugyas, we can set up taking a photograph together.
Sure.
Yeah, and we can do in the formal way and in the more non-informal way. Okay, Bu Carla, you are the host for the pictures, please.
Sorry, what was
Okay, I think yes. Please, all the attendees, kindly open the camera so that I could like take a picture of all our beautiful faces and this discussion. Okay. Okay, so I think I will start by the first slides, and please probably we could have a formal pose right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, second one. It's not a formal one, so you could choose like the pose. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's really great. Thank you so much, everyone who already attended this.
Thank you, Bu Gias. Maybe this is the last session for us is taking a picture together. And hopefully through this taking picture together, our collaboration will be developed well for about 3 years or more. It depends upon our needs. Okay, and everybody, I would like to say to you on behalf of Pak Karo, we would like to close the session with Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Iwan, Carla, Ranjit, and
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
See you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.